What's going on, you guys? The Lego Batman movie is hitting theaters, and hopefully we'll go see it and walk out of that movie saying everything is awesome.
I could only look you in the eyes right now.
But today, we're gonna talk about the awesome and the not so awesome as we break down the best and worst moments in all of Batman's live-action theatrically released films. And we've got a couple of cool dudes to talk about it with. First, he is a writer for DC Comics, writing Wonder Woman 77, and he recently debuted #1 on the New York Times bestseller list with his wonderful charity book, Love is Love. Mark Andrego.
Hi, Hal.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
And I'd like to welcome back a friend and contributor to Screen Junkies, Adam Hlavik.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm glad to be back again.
So fellas, Will Arnett is back as the Lego Batman, and Batman has had a long history on screen. A lot of people forget that the first we saw of a feature film including Batman was back in, 1966?
Yeah, and there was even before that, there was movie serials that no one really remembers.
In the early 40s,
In the early
I think, right?
40s, yeah.
Whoa. What's the Batman suit look like in 1940s?
Like something your mom made for you the night before Halloween.
Oh,
Like my costume from when I was 6. Yeah, exactly.
that really takes me back. On that note, we're going to start with Batman 66. Mark, give us one of your favorite moments from that film.
There's two moments that I think really stand out as classic Batman of the 60s moments. There's the moment with Batman is climbing up the helicopter. He's got a shark on his leg, a rubber shark, and he gets bat shark repellent, which is glorious. And there's also the famous moment where Batman's got a cannonball with a fuse burning, and he's running around. And every time he's going to try and throw it, there's like nuns, or he goes to throw it in the water, and there's baby ducks around. He's like, some days you just
Can't get rid of a bomb.
The tone isn't necessarily the Batman everyone loves, but the tone of that movie is pretty consistent. So if you like gags like that, the whole movie is gags like that.
So we had to wait 27 years for the next incarnation of Batman to hit theaters, and that is Tim Burton's 1989 Batman. Adam, let's start with you.
Favorite moments right off the top of my head is the first time we see Jack Nicholson's revelation as the Joker when he's in Carl Grissom's office.
You can call me Joker. And as you can see, I'm a lot happier.
He just shoots Grissom and he keeps shooting him, and he's turning this into a dance, and it's just a crazy good old time for him. I think it was in that moment he really snaps, and we really see the full potential of what Jack Nicholson was going to do with this character.
For sure. Mark, what's another favorite moment from that film?
One of my favorite moments is the Joker's got Vicky Vale, everyone's been gassed, and Batman breaks through the skylight, and as he comes down, his cape goes out, and it's basically the silhouette of a bat shape.
Yeah.
That is an iconic image from the comic book, and it really showed this is not the Batman that you were watching on reruns. And it's just I just got goosebumps. It's such a great visual moment.
Yeah, very cool. What's one of your least favorite moments from Batman?
Instead of being Joe Chill, the character who kills Bruce Wayne's parents, they made it Joker. And to me, it felt like, well, we have to connect these characters. We have to really make these characters sync up together. So at the end, you really feel the emotion of them fighting each other. And
I agree with that too, because technically, Batman should retire after he stops the Joker, because he got the people that killed his parents.
Right.
I even liked in the comic book when you didn't know, when Joe Chill, it was just a random act of violence. That to me made it more profound.
The next ride of Michael Keaton, Batman Returns, 1992.
Michelle Pfeiffer's performance as Catwoman in this movie is just as good as Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight.
Wow.
My favorite moment in the whole movie, it was really hard to pick. Bruce Wayne and Selina are dancing, and they both realize who they are, and their body language, they both sort of freeze, and she looks at him, and she's like,
Does this mean we have to start fighting?
and it sums up their whole relationship about that. And it's just such a beautiful moment of character in a movie about big, broad craziness. And it really gives that movie a spine of the two of them.
Adam.
Speaking of Catwoman, yeah, to me, my favorite part of that movie is actually her transformation scene. You start to see her kind of like losing it a little bit, and then she goes and destroys the whole apartment, and then starts sewing up the cat suit, and you just see this character, the transition, and then slowly evolves throughout the whole movie.
I am Catwoman. Hear me roar.
So you guys had a little bit of difficulty picking out some less than stellar moments from these early Batman films. I think that is going to become a little bit easier.
Oh, yes. It's
now,
going to reverse itself.
Yes, that we're going to talk about Batman Forever, 1995. We had Val Kilmer taking over as the Caped Crusader. Adam, give us something
Get your
positive
favorite moment.
Oh boy.
from Batman Forever.
So one moment that has always kind of stood out for me was the moment that Robin reveals himself in the Batcave.
Riddler and Two-Face can make a pretty lethal combination. Figured you could use a hand.
2 against 2 are better odds.
That to me was great because, you know, I grew up watching Batman 66 on reruns.
Yeah.
So being able to see Batman and Robin together was great.
What's a moment that you liked, appreciate?
The easy joke is
Batman
the credits. I think the Riddler's green costume. That's how the Riddler should look, with the cane with the question mark and the green, the traditional costume. But yeah, that's it.
Okay. It ends there. Yeah. All right, Mark, let's turn to the flip side.
The worst thing in this movie by far is Tommy Lee Jones. He doesn't know what movie he's in. His costume looks like he stopped at Party City before he drove to Pinewood Studios.
Looks like silly string on his face.
That's not his fault.
It's a jaw-dropping performance.
The bat's stubborn refusal to expire is driving us insane!
Let's move forward to George Clooney as Batman in 1997's Batman and Robin. Give us a moment that was tolerable.
Schumacher embraces the artistry of the 60s and has these Dutch angles and the crazy saturated colors. Yeah. The costumes are great. Mr. Freeze's costume is cool. His mouth glows. Visually, I think it's a beautiful movie for what it's trying to be.
Nice. No, there's definitely something to appreciate there. Adam, talk to me about something you like from Batman and Robin.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, as bad as some people would say he is, he really embraced the cheese of it, and he really just went for it.
The Iceman cometh.
And he does kind of make that movie fun in some ways.
What's something that really is a low point of that film, Mark?
I think George Clooney. George Clooney is the weakest performance in it. I think he looks like a deer in the headlights the whole movie.
7 million. Never leave the cave without him.
Adam, something that really stands out.
Pissed me off? Bane. Bane is a character that I loved from the animated series, from reading the comic books. I had to wait a lot longer to get a version of Bane that was a lot closer to the comics.
Yeah.
But man, they really made this character a dum-dum.
Honey, clean up this mess. We've got company coming.
So after Batman and Robin, Batman got put in the corner for a little while, and but thankfully he was resurrected in the form of Christian Bale in 2005's Batman Begins.
I'll go with the training montage between Ra's al Ghul, Ducard, and Bruce Wayne. I think that just the way it's shot, the location, the setting, and really, that's the first time we get to really see Batman in any sort of training.
Yield. You have sacrificed sure footing for a killing stroke.
Probably my favorite thing in the movie is the sequence when Batman rescues Katie Holmes' character.
Rachel Dawes.
From the asylum hospital, and he summons the bat.
What is that? Back up.
Once again, I love when Batman jumps from on high and his cape pops out. Because it's
that's the best part of any Batman movie.
It's very evocative of the scene that I picked for the original Keaton Batman. Batman jumps out and there's all these bats everywhere. And I like that Christian Bale plays a Batman who's just barely containing his rage.
I swear to God.
Swear to me!
Adam, let's go back around to you. What's something that stood out as a low point in that film?
If I had to pick something that was a little more on the technical side, it would be the way Christopher Nolan films action. It's a lot of close-ups, and you kind of get lost. You don't really know what's happening, where characters
really
are.
frenetic.
Yeah. So I think, to me, that was probably the biggest disappointment of Batman Begins.
Sure. After Batman Begins, Christian Bale returned to the screen again in The Dark Knight. So I think we all probably have the same choice as what the best thing about that movie is.
Of course, Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
Heath Ledger. A performance that I could watch every day and find something new in it.
Yeah.
He's terrifying. He's creepily sexy.
He's funny.
He's the engine of the movie.
The part where he blows up the hospital is incredible. And they blew up an actual real building. There's so many beautiful moments in there that hit me.
Come on, I want you to do it, Come on, hit me.
He would have won the Oscar even if he had died early. I think that performance, there was no sort of sympathy vote for that. It's an amazing, amazing performance.
Talk to me about a moment that you weren't thrilled with from The Dark Knight.
Again, it's more of a technical thing. I thought the pacing towards the third act, it kind of did start to drag a little bit, and I felt like the movie got a little too long.
Mine is almost exactly that. I would have ended the movie when he gets the Joker and Harvey's gone and all that's left is the coin. And do Two-Face in another movie.
Okay, and the last of Christopher Nolan's trilogy, The Dark Knight Rises. Again, Christian Bale returning as Batman. Mark, something you loved from that movie?
I love Bane.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Second that.
I love that weird atonal sort of.
I love him too.
Yeah. I don't know what Bane's gonna do, and as someone who sees a ton of movies, when characters surprise you, it's worth every penny. And I so want an app on my phone that makes me sound like Bane.
If I pull that off, will you die?
It would be extremely painful.
You're a big guy.
For you.
To that end, what are some things that you thought, a couple of moments or something that should have been improved? Mark?
Technical stuff, like all those cops are in the sewers for like 9 months and none of them have beards. They're all clean shaven. That sort of little detail, something like on that scale, drives me crazy.
Absolutely. Adam?
For me, it's Bruce Wayne's return to Gotham City. How the hell did he get back into the city? Considering that city is on lockdown and it's being monitored as heavily as it is by Bane's army.
He's Batman.
I know. That's the excuse that everyone. I'm like,
Batman v Superman with Ben Affleck taking over the role of the Cape Crusader. Adam, talk to me about something that you loved.
So I will go with the warehouse sequence where he goes to save Martha. That felt like it was the animated series and the Arkham video games come to life, and I think as fans, we had kind of been waiting for that moment.
My moment is actually the tail end of the moment after the scene, when he goes and he actually saves Martha.
It's okay. I'm a friend of your son's.
Batman has now seen the light, because Batman realized, oh, I can be a hero, and everyone else has backstory.
Let's shift gears, and what are some lower moments from Batman v Superman? Adam?
He shoots a tracker onto the back of a truck. I was going into it thinking like, oh, he's gonna try to stealth his way in there to try to steal the kryptonite. No, he just wrecks everything and kills everyone. I think they should have made it more of a stealthy Batman and then slowly ease us into that warehouse sequence.
Gotcha. You guys, we made it all the way from Batman 66 to Batman v Superman. What a journey it was.
That's a lot of history.
Yeah. So what did we leave out? What are some of your favorite moments? What are some of your least favorite moments about any of the movies we talked about? Let us know in the comments section below. We want to know. I want to thank these two guys for coming in and dropping some knowledge. Mark Andraco, Adam Hlavik, thank you for being here. And also, Mark, you wrote a Batman-related comic, didn't you?
I did indeed. I'm co-writing with Jeff Parker, Batman 66 meets Wonder Woman 77. You can have that if you want.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Thank you, Mark.
Sure.
Did you bring me a present? That's okay. Thank you so much, fellas, for the great conversation and for being here. And thank you for watching. I'm Hal Rudnick. Hit me up on Twitter. Bye-bye. Hey guys, did you know that this end card works with your phone now? I know, right? Click the boxes below to watch more Screen Junkies videos and click the Screen Junkies logo to subscribe and get this show, honest trailers, movie fights, and more.